Hey you guys, it is I, your very own AMARU, and I'd like to welcome you to the final episode of Food and the Single Guy of this season. I'm not leaving you, at least not completely, because I am going on a summer hiatus, as I always do every year, and hopefully I will be back in October-ish. So you're gonna have to make do with, the archives. And in case you're in dire need of your AMARU fix, I am all over the web, okay? So go ahead and look for me. Before we move on to the actual cooking, I have a couple of church announcements. It is a very special day today, and I'll explain. As you can see, I am wearing a t-shirt with the colors of the flag of my country. It is July 1st, 2023, and it is the 160th anniversary of the proclamation of the abolition of slavery in our country, the Republic of Suriname. And it is also the 150th anniversary of celebrating our freedom, because it took 10 more years for the slaves to continue to work. They were free, but not completely. And that is how people, depending on how when you start to count, that is, that is why we have two anniversaries, if you will, because 10 years later, that is when they were completely free, okay? Now, if you know anything about our country's population makeup, you will know that we are a melting pot of a lot of different cultures, which brings me to the dish that I'm going to be making on this episode. It is a dish from the homeland, appropriately, of course, and it is a dish from the Javanese cuisine. Now, after the abolition of slavery, the plantations had to be maintained. So the people that colonized us, they went to Indonesia, they went to India, they went to a couple of other countries, and then they attracted migrant workers from those countries to come and work in South America and in the Caribbean on the plantations and stuff. So the Javanese people, they came from the island of Java, and I have Javanese family members too, just an FYI. So they came and they ended up staying, and as a result of that, throughout the years, they are now part of our country's population. They make up a great percentage of our country's population, and their cuisine is just superb. I'm gonna teach you on this episode how to make what we call in our country Sambal Pecel. I'll explain to you a little bit more later what that is. And this is a perfect segue for what I want to share with you next, because very appropriately for today's celebration and everything, I have a new single out. It's called Traces of My Melanin, and it is a song that is a tribute to my ancestors. And it took me about a year plus to put everything together, writing the song, putting together the video. I shot some footage in Brazil. I shot some footage here in the Netherlands, and it turned out to be a beautiful piece. In case you haven't already seen or watched the video on my other channel, AMARU Music, it would mean so much to me if you could just go and watch the video and just share it with people, okay? Because while the video is a tribute to my ancestors, to my people, it is also a song about reflection, education, inclusion, but above all, it's a song about love. And I think that I've managed to convey the message of the lyrics in the visuals. It's like I said, I'm not a teacher, unlike my mother, and I'm not an educator, but it is also a tiny piece of education. So show it to your children, educate them, share something with them that they may not hear in the classrooms every day, okay? Because whether it's slavery or the war in Ukraine or the Holocaust, this pertains to all of us. And it is our shared history. We cannot deny that any of these things have happened. So, there. And another reason why this episode of Food and the Single Guy is special to me is because this is my official entry for the 2024 Taste Awards in California. Yes, as you may well know, last year I was nominated in 3 categories alongside people such as Gordon Ramsay and Andrew Zimmer and Al Roker. And I didn't win, but I did meet with a lot of other talented and like-minded individuals, and I made a lot of friends at the Taste Awards. In March of this year, I attended for the first time, and I had a blast. So I figured I didn't win, so maybe I need to work a little harder, put in an extra amount of effort, you know, just to make sure that the judges are impressed and all of that stuff. So this is the official episode, the official entry for the 2024 Taste Awards, and I hope I win. Yes, because they give you a medal. It is this big and it's heavy and it looks beautiful, and I want one. Yes. Moving on to the meat and potatoes of this video. Yes, because on this episode of Food and the Single Guy, I'm going to be making a spicy peanut paste. In our country, it is also called Sambal Pecel, and I think in Indonesia, it is called Sambal Pecel. Kacang meaning peanuts. And anything that resembles a peanut, like beans and stuff, they also call that kacang. At least in my country, they do. So that's what I'm going to be making today. I'm going to show you how to make the paste, and I'm also going to show you how to make the spicy peanut sauce that they serve you when you go to the Indonesian restaurant or when you're having chicken satay at the Thai restaurant. You guys know the spicy peanut sauce that they serve you, right? I am gonna show you how it's made, boo-boo, and it is freaking-licious. But before we move on to the cooking, you guys, let me say this pertaining to the ingredients. In Indonesia, they also use lime leaves. They also add lime leaves to their spicy peanut paste. In my country, we don't add lime leaves. I do have them right here, and I purchased these at the Oriental supermarket. They're available in the frozen food section. I hope you can read this on camera. And this is what they look like, of course. And I didn't add any lime leaves to mine. You will see that in the video. But nonetheless, I'm going to list all the ingredients that we use to make our version of Sambal Pecel in my country below for your convenience. Okay? And now, without further ado, let us continue. Okay, you guys, so these are most of the ingredients that we'll be needing for this spicy peanut paste. Now, over here, I have the peanuts without the skin. And over here, in this bowl, I have some peanuts with the skin. Now, in my country, we use both versions. We use both the peanuts with the skin or without the skin. The only difference is that the color of your spicy peanut paste will be a little darker. Okay? Over here, we have the tamarind paste. We're going to use a lot of garlic. We're going to use a lot of these red hot peppers. And I believe these are called habaneros. I'm not sure. This is a version of the habanero. In our country, we call this ajuma. And it is crazy hot. If you think the red ones are crazy hot, this is ridiculous, okay? Now, I'm not going to use the yellow ones. These are just for, you know, garnish, you know, for the final presentation, as are the chilies that I have here. These will also be used for garnish. Now, what we have here is the gula Jawa. And gula means sugar. Jawa means it's from Indonesia, from the island of Java specifically. And what it is Indonesian rock sugar. Now it has a very specific taste. It has a very, it kind of tastes like molasses a little bit, very slightly. So I'm not going to use this sugar for my dish because it's going to add a completely different taste to my dish, and that's not what I want. But I'm just showing this to you so you know that in Indonesian cooking, most of the time they use this this type of sugar. But in my country, the Javanese people in my country don't use this as much. They use regular brown sugar, which is what we have here. Okay? Now over here, we have trasie, and this is the powder, trasie powder, and this is fermented shrimp paste that has been turned into a powder. And I'm going to show you right now what the paste looks like. This is what it looks like. Okay? Trasie bakar. And this is how they sell it up here. And I always buy this brand, the flour brand, because it is the best. So trasie definitely has to be added to this spicy peanut paste. We're also going to add a little bit of salt. Now over here we have the kentjor, and kentjor is very much related to the ginger family. and it is also called sand ginger or aromatic ginger. It doesn't taste anything like ginger. It has a completely different taste, but the fresh kentjor, which I cannot find here in this country, definitely looks very much like ginger. But like I said, the taste is different. If you can find this in your neck of the woods or possibly online, keep in mind that a little bit goes a long way. Don't use too much of this because it will overpower your dish. Okay, so next we are going to start putting together this spicy peanut paste. Okay, you guys, so those of you that have been with me since the beginning, you guys know all about this old and decrepit, disheveled looking wok. And to the newcomers, let me explain. In my country, we always use an old pot or an old pan to deep fry stuff in. And all the ingredients for this dish have to be deep fried. So hence, what I'm gonna do next, I'm gonna wait until the oil is hot enough, and then I'm gonna deep fry the peanuts. And I think the oil is hot enough for me to add the peanuts. Let's have a look-see. Oh yes, so here we go. And you're gonna give this a continuous stir. And we're simply going to deep fry the peanuts until they've taken on some color. And as soon as they've taken on a slight golden brown color, you remove them from the oil. See, this is what I'm talking about. So now we're going to remove the peanuts from the oil. Now to the same oil, we're going to deep fry the rest of the ingredients. The kentjor, the trasie, the peppers, and the garlic. And as soon as the peppers have wilted and the garlic has taken on some color, you're ready to remove them from the oil. Okay, you guys, and now for the fun part, we are going to crush the peanuts in this food processor. Here we go. And away we go. Now, as far as the texture of your spicy peanut paste is concerned, that is completely up to you. Some people like it a little bit more chunky, some people like it a little bit more fine, and I think this is just right for me, so let's have a look-see. Let me get a spoon so I can show you what we're working with. All right, now let's have a look-see. Okie dokie. So as you can see, it is rather crummy, which is good, but I think I'm gonna blitz it a little bit more so it turns into a finer paste. Okay? Alright, this is more like it. Let me show you. As you can see, it is now reminiscent of peanut butter, very thick peanut butter, and that is what you want. Okay? So next what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add the peppers and the garlic and the rest of the ingredients to the peanuts, and then I'm gonna blitz everything together. Now some people like to blitz the pepper and the garlic and the rest separately, but I don't like to do that. I like to blitz everything together. Okay? So let's go. So here we go. Adding the pepper and the garlic. Just like so. We're also going to add about 2 teaspoons of salt. We're also going to add about 200 grams of brown sugar and about a tablespoon of tamarind paste. And away we go. Okay, you guys, I think we're done. And if you ask me how long should you mix this, I cannot tell you. You simply want to mix until you've reached this consistency, until it's nice and chunky. See what I'm talking about? Alright, that's what you're looking for. So now I am simply going to press this together so I can give you an impression of what it is that I'm talking about. You want to end up with a nice little paste that looks like a rather thick kind of peanut butter, if that makes any sense. Let me show you. Now I'm gonna cut into it with my spatula, so you can get a better impression of what I'm talking about. There we go. It looks like a slice of cake almost, and that is exactly what you need. Now let me go ahead and show you how to make your very own spicy peanut sauce, because this right here, this is some spicy peanut paste, but boo-boo, we need to have some delicious spicy chicken satay, and we need that spicy peanut sauce. So let me go ahead and show you how you make that. But before we move on to that part of the episode, I'm going to show you how to store your spicy peanut paste once it's all done. You're simply going to get you a plastic container and you're going to add the paste to the container. Once you've poured the spicy peanut paste into your container, you're simply going to press it together just like so, so it becomes a compact kind of a cake, if you will, just like so. All right, there we go. Oh, and before I forget, you guys, I have to show you what the store-bought version looks like. So let me get it out of my fridge. So this is what the store-bought versions look like, okay? This one is a little darker because I think they've used some darker sugar or they've used peanuts with the skin, I'm not sure. And this one kind of looks more like mine, as you can see, right? So yeah, but this one is the original one, all right? All right. Okay, you guys, so it's the next day and I'm going to show you now how to make that spicy and delicious peanut sauce. Over here, I have my peanut paste, which I have kept in the fridge. So what we're going to do now, we are simply going to cut a chunk, just like so. We're going to cut into it. And I think I'm going to use this much, right? And as you can see, it is rather chunky. It looks like a slice of cake, as I said earlier. And next, what we're going to add to the peanut paste is some hot water. Just a little bit. Like so. And what you're going to do, you're simply going to dissolve the peanut paste just like so. And I'm doing this in my saucepan because next what we have to do, we have to take this to the stove and bring this to a gentle simmer, and that is going to help thicken the sauce even more. So I think we can add a little bit more water. There we go. And you're going to give it a nice stir yet again. There we go. Now let me show you the consistency. Hope you can see it on camera. This is the consistency you're looking for, okay? It's not runny, it is not soupy, it is nice and creamy and thick. So we are going to take this to the stove and bring it to a gentle simmer. And then the sauce is ready. So as you can see, it is starting to simmer. Make sure to stir continuously or else it's going to reduce and it's going to turn into something completely different. And if you find that your sauce is a little too thick, you can always add another droplet of water. Okay? Alright. So you've waited long enough. I think it is time for the final presentation. Yes, you've waited long enough. And how about that for a final presentation? Doesn't that look gorgeous? Honey, let me tell you, it was gorgeous too. And you have seen that I've only used a small amount of peppers. You can make this as spicy, as hot as you like. I love spicy food, but I cannot handle food that is too spicy, okay? And I'm from a country where we're famous for our spicy foods. But anyways, you guys, if you decide to use my recipe to make your Sambal Pecel, let me know how it turned out because I'm always genuinely interested in hearing from you. Yes, I love the interaction. As you may have noticed, I respond to almost every comment, comments that are normal. If you comment me crazy, I'm simply gonna block you. I'm not here for the BS. But I love the interaction and I don't take your support for granted, okay? Don't forget to check out my new single, Traces of My Melanin, on Spotify, on iTunes. Watch the video on my other channel, AMARU Music. I think you're gonna love it. And thank you in advance for all of that. I want to wish you a happy summer, a safe summer, a lovely summer. And until we meet again, my friends, have a good one. And thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Bye.